Think back to the day you brought home your little pup with its big, beautiful eyes staring right up at you and its adorable little paws grabbing onto you as you held him. Did you ever think he'd grow up? Cue the present, and the once little puppy has grown up to be a beautiful big dog. They're right about what they say. Dogs really are your best friends. And it's hard to imagine having to say goodbye to your best friend. It's inevitable. There's going to be a time when you'll have to say goodbye. On average, dogs can live to be between 11 and 17 years old. However, with proper love, care, and attention, you can increase their life expectancy up to a few more comfortable canine years. We're looking at 10 tips to help your dog live longer, being more aware of their breed, proper meals, and proper exercises, and here's all you need to know. Number 10, know your dog's background. Whether you're rescuing a dog from a shelter or buying one off of a breeder, it's always prudent to know more about the canine's background. For example, if you're buying a King Spaniel off a breeder, you need to ask about its lineage. Firstly, it's to confirm you're getting the breed you're asking for, and secondly, because the breed of the dog provides valuable insight into the dog. In this case, you'll find out that a regular King Spaniel isn't as excitable as, say, a German Shepherd, and therefore wouldn't require as much exercise. Compare this to a Dachshund, and you'll be taking long walks with your pet. Only purchase dogs from breeders with sterling reputations. It's always a good idea to get a second opinion before buying an animal off of someone. Now, if you're rescuing an animal from a shelter, you need to know more about the dog that was found, any medical conditions, or ticks that might show up later on. Animals rescued from a pound are a bit more aggressive than others. You'll find their personality changing as time goes on, however. If you know your dog's background, you'll be able to curate a living environment that's best suited for them, one where they'll thrive. Number 9. Give your pet the right amount of nutrients. Dogs are omnivores. They eat both plants and meats. Never restrict your canine on either one or the other diet because you, as a human being, following a particular diet. Your pet doesn't have a say in what it's eating. It's only eating whatever you, the owner, placed in its bowl. Just because a particular lifestyle works for you doesn't mean it'll work for your pet too. That beautiful canine you've got needs the right amount of nutrients to keep her living longer and more comfortably. When buying dog food, look for brands that are approved from governing organizations such as AAFCO. Pay careful attention towards the first 3 ingredients listed on the back of the pack. These ingredients are the main ingredients. If the main ingredients are the right blend of fats, proteins, and carbs, then buy a pack for your pal. Number 8. Watch your pet's waistline. Animal obesity is a real thing. You'd think that with all that running around, there's no way your dog's ever going to gain weight. Well, it's a simple concept of energy intake and energy outtake. Your pet might be energetic and run around a lot, but then it'll require the same amount of calories to balance it out. Sometimes, often unknowingly, you might feed your pet more than it needs. For example, giving in to those beautiful puppy eyes and giving it something from your plate at dinner time. Research has proven that dogs on a diet representative of their recommended daily caloric intake lived on average 2 years longer than those that didn't. Additionally, there are a multitude of risks linked with increased body weight, osteoarthritis, arteriosclerosis, and breathing difficulties. Number 7. Teach your pet emergency cues. Whether your dog is a puppy or an old geyser, there's never a wrong time to teach that canine a few emergency cues. Emergency cues can entail several things. For example, reinforcing behavior that certain words mean they have to be on guard, and certain mean they have to evacuate immediately. We often limit commands to sit, give paw, and roll over cutesy stuff. However, your dog can learn a multitude of things if you put in the right time and effort to teach them. Remember, your pet is relying on you to make conscious, responsible decisions for it. Number 6. Give them plenty to do. If you allow your pet to stay idle for long periods of time, you're reinforcing laziness. There's a clear difference between resting and just doing nothing. Now, it's only fair to allow your pet to take a break every now and then, but how often has your pet asked for that break by themselves? It all starts off when you, as the pet parent, decide that you're too tired to play with your dog tonight and would rather much just laze around. Your pet might have wanted to play fetch, but instead has to sit on the couch doing nothing. You're allowed to take a break every now and then, but your pet is your responsibility. Make decisions for your four-legged companion that will bring out the happier side of them. Plenty of exercise is necessary to keep your dog in its prime for longer. Now, the amount of energy a dog has varies from one breed to another and from one dog to the next. At the end of the day, provide your pet with an outlet for all that energy festering inside of them. Number 5, invest in their health. Your pet's health is undoubtedly best determined by its vet. Instead of shuffling your pet from one clinic to the next, find a vet your dog is most comfortable with and then stick to that one. Vets establish a rapport and relationship with animals that come to them regularly. Additionally, your pet is also more likely to feel comfortable around a vet they've seen and been treated by before. Follow your vet's advice down to the T. Don't think of it as advice, in fact. Think of it as expert medical opinions that are necessary for your canine's betterment. Pet health can be expensive. Some owners recommend allotting a separate credit card solely for your dog's medical expenses. It might also be prudent to invest in medical insurance for your pet. This will save you on a lot of money in the long run. Treat your pet's medical expenses like you would your own. Necessary. Number 4, keep their minds active too. The saying goes, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but that saying is outdated. There's never a time you can't teach your pet a new trick, or two. Sure, it might take longer with older dogs than it would with puppies, but there comes a point in a dog's life when it's too old to run around and exercise. This is where you need to focus on keeping your pet mentally alert. For example, socializing with other pets and pet owners, playing one-on-one games, and lightly tossing a ball around, your dog will be appreciative of these efforts, and you'll soon see that instead of being hurled up in a corner like most older dogs, yours still has that kick to it. Number 3, don't forget oral hygiene. Experts have determined that your dog needs to have its teeth brushed every single day. How many people actually help their pets brush their teeth? Only 2%. Oral hygiene is as important for them as it is for you. If you neglect your dog's oral care, they'll develop periodontal disease, gum diseases, and eventually lose their tooth's supporting structure. What comes next? Teeth falling out. Losing your teeth might be a natural side effect of growing older, but it's not necessary in every case. Save your pet's pearly whites while you can. Number 2, stay educated on your dog's care. You'll never be able to know everything there is to know about your dog. Dogs are living, breathing animals with distinct traits and personalities. You can read up to 1 million books on pit bulls, but you might still come across one that isn't like the rest. Try your best to stay as educated as you possibly can on your dog's health and read up on any new advancements that'll help you understand more on how to keep your four-legged friend around for longer. Number 1, pay attention to age-related changes. As your dog grows old, it'll go through the motions that come with it. From losing its energy to losing its hearing, there are a few things that are inevitable and can be restricted, but never alleviated completely. Pay attention to these changes to give your dog the utmost level of care needed for a comfortable life. All right, now out of these 10 tips, which one helped you the most? Do let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to InfoLab, and hit that bell icon for more. We'll see you in the next one.